Hey guys, welcome back to Dad's Views. Today we got a good one. We're doing another Real Picks segment. I got 3 bangers of a movie in a particular genre. Today we're looking at war movies. Now they're not necessarily my favourite in the genre and they're not necessarily in my top 10. However, they are all brilliant movies. So let's get into it. Let's go. My first one is the 2017 Oscar-winning movie Darkest Hour, starring Gary Oldman and directed by Joe Wright. This is the true story of Sir Winston Churchill when he's first voted in to power as the Prime Minister during the time of war against the Germans. So he's voted in by the coalition government, and he has to take on the task of trying to take command and turn the country around so we could fight the Germans. And at this particular point in history, we were almost at the very edge of defeat with the Germans pushing to the Dunkirk beaches. And Winston Churchill saved all those soldiers on the beaches with the famous little boat rescue Operation Dynamo. As per usual, Gary Oldman's acting is absolutely first class, and as you may know, he won the Oscar as leading man. I highly recommend it. This is a very realistic, very accurate portrait of the time and Sir Winston Churchill, so check it out. Okay, on to number 2. We have the 2002 We Were Soldiers, directed by Randall Wallace, starring Mel Gibson as the main character, Colonel Hal Moore. Now, this is a never true story, and it's quite historic because the US forces were in Vietnam in small numbers supporting the South Vietnamese Democratic forces. And the president of the time chose to put more troops into Vietnam. And Colonel Hal Moore was the first major forces, US forces in Vietnam to fight the Viet Cong. And that happened in 1965 in La Drang. And also, which is quite interesting, they brought back 7th Air Cavalry, which is the famous cavalry regiment or battalion of Colonel Custard. But Hal Moore is absolutely an interesting story. And as a footnote, Sam Elliott plays a sergeant major who absolutely steals every scene. Highly recommend it. Brilliant acting. Again, a very, very accurate war movie. Quite shocking at times, but I recommend it. If you like your war films, watch that one. And then for my last one for today, I have the 1982 classic First Blood, the first movie involving John Rambo, played by Sylvester Stallone. So let me tell you a bit about this movie. So John Rambo, the character played by Sly, he's a Vietnam veteran and he's back in the States and he's trying to track down all his old army buddies. So he's walking or hiking or hitching across the States to visit all his old army buddies. Unfortunately, he discovers along the way they've all passed away through one reason or another. And then he gets to a little town in Washington called Hope, and he has a run-in with the local Sheriff Will Teasel, and things take a turn for the worst. Basically, the sheriffs and his deputies are used to bullying outsiders of Hope, and they pick on the wrong man because John Rambo is ex-Green Beret, Special Forces, and basically teaches them a lesson. A lot of action, a lot of fun, a lot of physical action by Sylvester Stallone, a lot of stunt work he did himself. I won't tell you the ending, I don't want to spoil it for you, but this is a brilliant film. Also, the score is amazing. It brings chills up and down my spine when I think about it. For you youngsters that have not seen it, please do so. So guys, what do you think of my 3 picks for today? What are your thoughts on my real picks? Let me know what you think. Please comment, share and like below. If you like my content, ring that bell. And let me know what you want to see next on Real Picks. Bye for now.